Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Boy, oh boy. Talk about fireworks over the weekend. Holy cannoli is all I can say. And boy, we're going to dig into some of that today. It is incredible how much is happening at what rate that it's happening at is just mind blowing. I mean, there are the black pillars out there that are saying nothing's happening. Well, they're certainly not paying attention because it's happening. And I didn't think we'd see it in my lifetime. And now we see it happening every single day. And I, for one, am absolutely glad to see it. Well, all right, let's see if we can get some of the guys in here. I don't see Alex yet. So, that's Dave. There we go. All right, let's see. I think I see James. Let me see if I can get James loaded up here. There we go.
Morning, Sam.
Well, good morning, Dave. How goes it, sir?
All good, no complaints.
Well, that's good. Complaining doesn't do a whole lot of good anyway, right?
No, they stopped listening to me years ago.
Welcome to the club, brother.
That's right.
Good morning, James.
Good morning.
How goes it, sir? Oh, there it is. I love that picture. You know, what's really interesting, too, about that, you guys, is when we're talking about what colors the Air Force One used to be, what other flag in the world represented the flag, the colors that used to be on Air Force One? That's right.
Israel.
Exactly, Dave. Exactly. And all of that's changing now, and I am so excited to see it. Oh, wait, I think I see Alex now. Let me see if I can get him in here. There we go. All right.
Just leave me down in the bottom. I've been here the whole time.
Well, it usually notifies me that you're there, and it didn't do any kind of notification, which is really weird. Well, good morning, Alex. Oh, I think maybe we lost him again.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. So we were just talking about the new colors for Air Force One that Dave put up on the screen. I'm just so excited to see that. Oh, also, hey, you guys, what do you think? I think we should do a live stream of the State of the Union tomorrow night. What do you think?
It could happen.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great idea.
I kind of have my hands a little full right now, but I'll make it happen.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't want to stress
it
anybody
depends where
out.
I'm at. I'm going to San Antonio tomorrow. So
You're going to San Antonio for what?
what is it, James?
Commodity Classic.
Commodity Classic down there for a farming deal.
Oh, it's a farming deal. Gotcha.
It never stops.
There's no casino nearby, Sam.
Yeah, sure. There's not. If there is one, you guys will find it. Are you going too, James?
I am not.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't invited.
You weren't invited. All right. Well, let's get some thank yous going here. Some thank yous. Let's get some good mornings going here. Let's see. Rick Senior is here. Barb 7599. Doug Grice 59 said Happy Cartel Day. Exactly. PJ Party Peggy is here. Mama Bear is joining us today. Excellent. Welcome, Mama Bear. Teresa Ann is here. I Speak 1717 as well. Andrea Lynn 81. There she is. Lisa Maria. Good morning, Lisa. Nurse is here. Good morning, Nurse. Hits is here. Good morning, Hitesh. Kevin Kiesler. Brian Joy. Dana Mackey. Kings Girl 1974. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Towie Bixby, our personal cheerleader, is here as well. Oh, we got a Trump train from Dawn the Third G. Thank you, Dawn. Let's see here. Tanya Moonsheimer is here. Tim Shaw, 707. Oh, my gosh, look at this. Chat is just on fire. Wendy J is here. Hi, Wendy. Benji, 1959. Big Ben is here. Blue Flames, 41. Apple user Ted, wildlife fan. Good morning, everyone. Diva 53. Charlie is here. Holy smokes. Richard Pacente's here over on YouTube. David Morales. David said, good day. Live it like your last. Words of wisdom. Robert McCarskey is here. He said, good morning, everyone. No complaints here. Good man. That's what I like to hear. Dave Bouchard is here. Good morning. Trust the plan. What's the plan? 1,700 different things. Isn't that the truth, Dave? Isn't that the truth? Kathleen Paschke just popped in. Charlie and wildlife fan. Kathleen Garcia, thank you all for the gifts. Very, very kind of you. All right. So, as I said, everybody, the chat's moving fast. So if I miss somebody, I apologize. Just put something in the chat. Alex, let's get now. I'm going to warn everybody. The sequence is out of order here. So it's going to be God only knows what's going to happen. So just bear with me. Alex, how about some indices this morning?
That's code for Sam pushing buttons again.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know
Morning,
why it
everybody.
didn't bring
Happy
you up.
Monday.
I don't know what happened. It was weird.
There we go. All right. My phone decided to freak out. See, Sam pushing buttons again. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, February 23rd, 2026. It's not a good Monday. S&P 500 down 71 points to 6,837. The Dow 30 is down 742 points to 48,883. The NASDAQ is down 270 points to 22,614. Looking at the commodities market, crude oil is currently up 10 cents at $66.58 a barrel. Gold, however, up $150 to $5,231. Silver up $4.70 to $87.04. Looking at the crypto market, bad news all the way across the board. Bitcoin down 3% to 65,439. XRP down 1.63 at $1.37. Ethereum down 3.3% at 1,886. Stellar Lumen XLM down almost 2% at 15 cents. Cardano down 1.7 at 27 cents. Not good, except for gold.
Yeah, gold. What's it at now, Alex?
Currently sitting at $5,231 an ounce.
What was the previous high? Do you remember?
I can check real quick. Looks like the highest it's been
Was it 56?
in the last year was $5,318.
Okay. So we're still got a little ways to go to make it all back.
Not much.
Yeah, exactly. Melissa Flinner, thank you for all the gifts. Pure Blood Holly Johns is here. Good morning, Holly. And for all of you who don't know, on TikTok, if you're not following Pure Blood Holly Johns, you need to go follow her. She does updates throughout the day. She gives concise, excellent viewpoints into what's taking place. She is a pivotal, and she's on our show at times from time to time, and I'm sure we're going to have her on this week. At least we hope we will. David is here. David said, has the bubble burst? Who's figured it out? Well, I think, it's really interesting. Dave over at News Treason is doing a new series with a financial expert, and they're talking about the monetary system and all of the different gyrations that are taking place behind the scenes. Very, very interesting stuff. I would encourage everyone to go over to News Treason. He's on X, he's on Rumble, and give him a follow because there's a lot of good information there. Tire Man is here. Good morning, Tire Man. Jan Loving Being Grandma just popped in. Hi, Jan. King's Girl's talking to somebody else. Troy Armstrong said, I just added her. Good man, Troy. I think Troy would be a man. I hope it is. If not, I apologize. Let's see here. Charlie, thank you for all the gifts. All right, Dave, what do we have for farming and agriculture today, sir?
Good Monday morning here in eastern Iowa. Corn is up 2 to 4, soybeans up 9 to 10, 11, and wheat is up 1 to 2. Cattle is down a little over 1%, and hogs are up 0.8%. We're heading down to this San Antonio Commodity Classic, and I was hoping to run into Secretary Rollins, but she is in a speech. They're looking into more information. They said she wants the USDA wants to frame the status of the market, not determine the market. So they want their numbers to be better, judge the acres and judge the yields a little bit better because they have been failing us and hurting the farmers. They're almost like another China to us.
Yeah.
So good news. It's coming down the bend, and hopefully they get it fixed.
Well, like I said, we have so many things in flux right now. Camera source obstructed. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That was weird. I got this strange message on TikTok. So we have a convergence of so many different things: the geopolitical realm, we have agriculture, we have the monetary system. There are so many different things happening right now that God only knows how it's going to shake out. But then you have Iran. What's that? Oh,
Nope, go ahead.
And then we have the stuff going on in the Middle East. We have what took place in Mexico. I mean, my goodness, you guys, there is so much happening right now. It's hard to keep up. James, what do we have for a military report?
We have a short one today. This is a good example about the influence from the United States military worldwide. In Bulgaria, the United States Air Force basically took over Sofia International Airport. This is strategic positions of C-17, C-130, KC-135, and Boeing 747s. A NOTAM, or Notice to Airmen, was issued that restricted non-military to cease operations starting today through tomorrow. So there's a little hint for you. The Bulgarian Defense Ministry says that this activity is training related to NATO's enhanced vigilance activity. Bulgaria is a NATO member since 2004. They maintain a defense agreement with Washington, signed in 2006, that permits the United States forces to use Bulgarian military facilities. But just remember, they are a member of NATO.
Well, and again, we've got so much armament over there in the Middle East. People are so many messages I've gotten saying, are we going to go to war in Iran? Whether we optically see some sort of kinetic action or not, I don't know. But my guess is that all of that has been straightened out already and they're rolling it out slowly. Then you see what's happening over in Mexico over the weekend, you guys. That was a big deal. They take out a cartel head, and the next thing you know, there are fires in, I think, 4 different cities, car bombs, fires in buildings, just retribution. And I saw some video of the cartel men. My God, they look like special forces. The equipment that they had was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Alex, what do you make of that?
They're getting desperate. Their avenues of generating hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in sales is being disrupted on the seas and at the borders. And the man has said enough is enough, and I fear it's going to get a little worse before it gets better, but it's just them getting desperate.
And let's not forget, during COVID, remember when President Trump would have the brass from the military on the COVID reports? That was really out of line in terms of what they were actually supposed to be talking about. Yet here we are, how many years later, and now it's all coming out. I think that's very interesting. James, what do you make of it?
Well, El Mencho is the cartel leader that they took out. The Joint Interagency Task Force Counter Cartel was a Mexican military operation, so the credit goes to them. 4 gang members were taken out in total in the firefight. This outbreak may have an effect on the 4 matches for the 2026 World Cup soccer matches in June.
Wow. Yeah, Dave?
Well, just like Alex said, this cartel was known for their fentanyl. So obviously with China shutting that down, the U.S. shutting the southern border, it's put a little pressure on them. But we've talked about this, and we were surprised that it actually took this long to go in and start cleaning it up.
Yeah.
So I don't think this action will be left unfixed now that it's started. So
100%, I agree.
It highlights the ability that these people have. There were 250 roadblocks. 250 roadblocks that they set up with burning cars. That's significant. I mean, imagine something like that happen in a major populace here. It's possible. So keep your head on a swivel.
Right. Charlie, thank you for all the gifts. Ferg is here. Diana Lynn, Anne Marie, Franny Dragonfly, thank you for all the gifts. Very sweet. Robbie Miller, thank you. April, well, look who it is. Susie Kabluzzi is here. Long time, Susie. Glad you're here. Wendy J, thank you for all the gifts. Amy Arts, thank you as well. So moving on, back stateside, Florida House voted 80-30 to abolish all non-school property taxes for homeowners. Now, from what I understand, if and when it passes in Florida, it becomes an amendment to the Constitution. If that's true, how long is it going to be before other states pick it up? James?
Well, the Florida passed House Joint Resolution 203. It abolishes taxes, but it has to be a homestead property. It will be on the ballot for November 26th and will commence on January 2027. 60% of the vote is needed. Just because it passed, it still has to get voted on by the public. And I'm pretty sure that people are going to say, yeah, we want that.
You think? Exactly. Dave?
Well, I think a lot of things, the states are running a test as it gets pushed through. Arkansas stepped up on a few things on removing foreign land ownership and stuff like that, and the trucking companies. You have to speak the English language to run a truck. I think these states are being used as a test program, kind of see how it shakes out, and I think it's going to be implemented everywhere.
Yeah, I would agree. Alex?
Well, the school taxes make up 30 to 45% of the tax bill. So if you've got a $400,000 home, you're paying $3,500 a year in taxes. $2,000 to $2,500 of that goes to the school tax. That's a significant number for any family to have to digest. And so I think, again, we're seeing the slow dissolving of the tax system as we move into a newer, better, more secure, more fair economy of non-taxation
100%.
Without representation.
100%. Tammy C54, thank you for the gifts. Glad you're here this morning. So, hey, Kelly Osborne's over here on Facebook today. She's changing it up. She said, cartels are very dangerous. 100% I agree. Rowan said, Japan and China remain the top foreign creditors of the United States, holding significant portions of U.S. government debt, which begs the question, when we talk about this monetary switch and we have this enormous national debt, my guess is that debt is going to go away. Who's that debt owed to? The central banks. The central banks are being collapsed. As they collapse, as that system is shifted to a much more fair system, I think that we're going to see some significant changes. Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's coming. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to China and Japan on that. But I've said, tell them to kick the can, head out of here. We don't need you anymore. You've made enough money on the American people. So we'll see how that shakes out. That's a back burner. Let's see how it plays out.
Well, another thing too that Dave over at News Treason brought up, they were talking about the debt, right? So we've got this debt out there, and then they were talking about the sovereign wealth fund, right? Now we know that President Trump has taken corporations that have primarily been publicly traded, and he's taken a portion of that for the American people. Now, something that he brought up that I thought was really interesting, I hadn't thought about this, but remember when the whole Bud Light thing took place and their stock dropped precipitously? What's to say that there wasn't some patriotic entity that grabbed a whole bunch of that stock when it was low? And then every other DEI company, they see Bud Light do it and they drop their stock, and they all think, oh, that's a good idea, and they do it as well. How many of those companies has the Patriots grabbed a portion of ownership from and put into the sovereign wealth fund? I think it's probably much, much bigger than anybody realizes. What do you think, Alex?
Just like you said, more than anybody realizes.
Yeah, exactly. James?
100%.
Well, a lot of people don't realize it, but Harley Davidson jumped on that bandwagon too.
So I'm guessing a good portion of them is owned by this patriotic entity, which funnels into the sovereign wealth fund, which ultimately will funnel back to the U.S. citizens. Maybe that's how they repay us for all of these nefarious taxes we've been paying since 1913. Maybe all this money goes into the sovereign wealth fund, and they funnel it back to the American citizens that way. What do you think, Dave?
And what's the debt clock at on that stuff? On what the either captured or per person? It'd be
Alex, can you pull it up?
If that's been moving up. I think the per person is over 600,000.
613 last Alex said.
Yep. Hey, John Langlois just joined us. Hey, John.
Currently sitting at 615,797.
Okay, so
that's per person.
Per citizen.
Per
Correct.
citizen. Yeah, I should say they should qualify that statement exactly. Yeah, that's a big number, you guys. That's a big. I mean, could you imagine if every person in America overnight was given $600,000? My God, it would be swimming pools and movie stars. Is all I could say. Right?
Yeah,
Exactly, James.
For some.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the hidden window on the debt clock today has a man with his hands up like this, and he says, "How can you have 400 PhD economists at the Fed and not one is smart enough to know that you're running a grand Ponzi scheme?"
Of course. Look at Bernie Madoff. Here's a story. So back when I was married, this is years ago, it would have been about 2004, 2005, 2003. We had a friend of the family at that time who was asking people to invest in his company, right? And what he was doing is he had borrowed money from somebody, say $1,000, and then a couple months later he pays them back $2,000. So all of a sudden, all of our friends at that time were putting in money with him. So I went and I met with him because he wanted me to put money in. And so I met with him and I said, "Well, what is this? Explain it to me." And he had this whole song and dance about the Federal Reserve and the fiat currency system, which I was well aware of at that point. So I kept questioning him. He had no real answers. So I said, "Okay, well, thank you. No thanks." Right. Within 2 years, he had acquired hundreds of thousands of dollars from friends and family. And one day he just decided to go bankrupt. It was a Ponzi scheme, right? And because I had taken the time to sit with him and understand what he was trying to, to portray, I realized it was bullshit. Excuse my language. It was absolutely ridiculous. And all of our friends, so many of them, lost all of their money. It was gone. It's the same principle with the central banking system. It's a Ponzi scheme. No two ways about it. It's a Ponzi scheme that's been around since 1913, and they're using our tax dollars to fund that Ponzi scheme. Or at least they have been. I believe all that's
For
changed.
context, this is educational and entertainment purposes only.
Exactly. Thank you, Alex. Charlie's just posted she's got over 400 comments in our lives. Wow, that's great, Charlie. Thank you. Jay Hicks said, "Wow, I didn't think of that." Yeah, exactly. It was really interesting. All right, let's see. Did I get everyone on that last round there? I think I did.
The only thing that I want to add to the Ponzi scheme is Alan did that with Charlie's family on 2.5 Men, about the same time.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Interesting. And let's not forget about Bernie Madoff and some Bernie Madoff with the money. Mm-hmm. Interesting choice on names. Right?
And these things have been happening for years. It happened to my grandparents, a gentleman down in Texas that my grandfather trusted, didn't have anything in writing, made off with their entire retirement, and ended up getting caught out in California only to unalive himself in a jail cell.
Yep.
So you got to do your due diligence, even if you think that it's your best friend, and contracts save relationships and friendships.
Yeah, and back then, around the 2003, 2004 area, of course, all of our friends thought I was the tinfoil hat guy. All of them. I mean, bar none. And today, I look back and I think, oh my God, talk about vindication. Holy smokes, these people had no
We're all out of conspiracies.
Right, exactly. Pure Blood Holly John's putting FYF in the chat. Thank you, Brian. FUF? I don't know what that means, but Eric said it's so much worse than that. Absolutely, it's true. It is. It's much worse than that. At least it has been. I believe the levers of change have been pulled already. We just haven't seen it all roll out yet. But hang in there, everybody. And as like Alex said, it's always best to keep your head on a swivel. Lynette Ranley's here. Hi, Lynette. John Langlois said, "Amen." Exactly. We are truly living in historic times, you guys. Cognitive Dissonance said, "Sam, I'm ready for the rollout, brother." Well, it's rolling out. It's happening right before our eyes. It's not as we may have anticipated it, but it's happening as we speak. All right, let's move on. 2025 new home sales were the highest since 2021. New home sales have notably decoupled from used home sales in the last few years as home builders incentivize buyers. James, what do you make of that?
Well, the Somalians and all the people that were here illegally occupied a lot of the used stuff, so that obviously made it unavailable. But 745,000 new homes, the average median price is 414,000. This activity signals a great shift in what could happen when the interest rate falls.
Yeah, 100%. Alex?
It's not enough. I mean, how many people can afford a $400,000 home? The median prices, the affordability. I mean, this is great news, but reality, it's not enough yet. We need more. We need more houses. More supply means that the prices go down. So I'm hoping that's the angle that they're trying to take.
Well,
Well, if we got that 615,000 in the debt clock, we should be able to borrow against that, right?
I would think so.
I mean,
Once it gets tokenized, I think you got to tokenize it and put it on the blockchain.
Then we all get new houses.
Yeah, exactly. I guess your house might be in Thailand, James.
Could be.
Could be.
well,
Dave? Go ahead, Alex.
Go ahead, Dave.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Well, it says here 2025, basically a repeat of 2024, low sales volume, stubborn prices, and affordability struggles for the buyers. Like exactly what I said. It's they're going to have to either increase the value of our dollar so that it goes further in some aspect, or they're going to have to bring the price of homes down. Which direction are they going to go?
Right.
You know, another thing that influences that, of course, is interest rates. So if you can cut that money off the end, how about let's do all three? Lower the price, make the dollar worth more, or new dollar, and then lower the interest rates. Guess what? Everybody can afford a $800,000 home at that point.
Yeah, exactly. The purchasing power of the dollar. Exactly.
Yep.
Wendy, thank you for all the gifts. JP Metal Slayers here. Hey, JP reposted my live on Facebook and had some really sweet words, very kind words. Thank you for doing that, JP. It's appreciated. XRP Mama is here. Hey, Melissa Flinner lighting us up. Laura McCrae, Hokey Gigi. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay, so there was a lot of talk at the end of the last week about SCOTUS supposedly ruling against President Trump's tariffs, right? Well, Jonathan Turley comes out and confirmed that Trump has a massive toolbox, he called it, of the additional tariff options on the 6-3 SCOTUS ruling. And then immediately after that, the White House came out and said that, where'd it go? Hold on, everybody. Well, that's really weird. No, that's not it. How weird is that? I don't know what happened to my, there it is. That all national security tariffs, Section 232 and existing Section 301 tariffs remained in place and in full force in effect. Today, President Trump signed an order to impose a 10% global tariff, which he later raised to 15% under Section 122 over and above our normal tariffs. Now, every time people freak out, the panicans go crazy, President Trump always has an answer. The man is unstoppable. What's that old term? Nothing can stop something. I got to be careful what I say, but I think you know what I'm getting at. Alex, what do you think?
Well, he has 5 different ways. That's a pretty sizable arsenal. He has Section 122, Trade Act of 1974, Section 232, Trade Expansion Act of 1962, Section 301, Trade Act of 74, Section 201, Trade Act of 74 is a safeguard, and Section 338, Tariff Act of 1930. 5 clear and statutory paths. Trump's already activated one of the 5, and 2 and 3 are lined up behind that. So just because they canceled the EPA, IEEPA, that's I had a friend on the phone this weekend was like, it's bullshit that SCOTUS is blocking Trump's tariffs. I'm like, no, they've blocked one path, but it sets a precedent because they didn't touch any of the other 5. So we now have it clear the direction that he has to go. Kayfabe?
Exactly. Believe me, all of this was worked out years ago, in my opinion. Vicky Mater Brown is here on Facebook. Hey, Vicky. Glad you could
Hi,
make it.
Vicky.
Do you know her?
Yes, she's
okay.
one of my dearest and sweetest friends on the planet.
Oh, welcome, Vicky. James, what do you make of this whole tariff thing?
Well, I think with the beep beep that he used, I think President Trump turned around and he said, "Watch this, motherfucker." But, it was just total show. I mean, he got everybody in a tizzy, and I said to you guys, well, I said it on Friday. We're only talking about 120 billion that was affected, but he came right out 30 to 50 minutes later and made a post about what he was going to do instead. And yeah, he raised the tariff a little higher. And it's like, take this.
Political bullshit.
Yeah, exactly, Dave.
But it was great. They got a rise out of it, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, isn't it funny that really Trump had another card to play? He had another direction to go. Really, so why didn't everybody surprised by that? But look at Illinois governor, look at Newsom, and look at all those guys. We want refunds, and I think Newsom's refund was $1,750.
No, it wasn't Newsom. It was Pritzker.
Oh, Pritzker was
saying
$1,700
per citizen. $1,700. Come on, man. Come on.
It's funny. It's funny they're playing that, and it's just and here they are. They're gonna have to eat crow because there's gonna be no refunds.
Exactly.
It's just gonna move on like it was before. So
exactly, kiddo. Thank you for the party bus. I've never seen one of those before. That was really cool. Thank you. Holy smokes, this chat is on fire. I'm not gonna get to all these. If I missed you on a chat somewhere in there, please just put it in again. I apologize.
Sponsor time, Sam.
Okay, before I do that, everybody, if you're on TikTok, please share this live out. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble, share this live out. Let's get a whole bunch of people more piled in here. Don the Third G said, what about trade agreements? Japan already pushing back. They're in line with President Trump. Japan, China, they own so much of our debt. Believe me, they're going to do whatever President Trump tells them to do, in my opinion. All right, sponsor break. So Mike Lindell, mypillow.com. Go to mypillow.com or mystore.com. Use the discount code SAM. Let's support Mike. He's earned it, in my opinion. Neil, Naturopathic. We just had Dr. Neil on the show on Friday. He did a great job, explained a little more. He will be coming on again soon. But if you're looking for toxin-free, chemical-free hair care products, go to neilnaturopathic.com. Use the discount code SAM20, SAM20, and you'll get 20% off. And a lot of you did take advantage of that on Friday. So thank you. And you're going to love the products. And of course, Dr. Peter Glidden. Dr. Glidden's with us every Friday, rain or shine. He has put together a website where you can ask him just about any question you can imagine when it comes to health and wellness. Go to my website, click on Dr. Glidden's button, use the code SAM for a 30% discount. Also, Best Line Racing, the best engine and oil additives on the market. Go to my website, click on Best Line Racing, and use the code SAM. Alex, what about meditation today?
My sincerest wish is that everyone learns and employs the techniques and is able to reap the benefits of meditation. I wrote a guide on a beginner's meditation. You can find the link in my information on TikTok. If you're not on TikTok, if you go to Amazon and search Alex Rayner, you can find the book.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. Christy B., thank you for all the gifts. Wildlife fan, same thing. Thank you so much. Jan loving being grandma, lighting us up as well. Thank you. And Susie Kabloozy, of course. Thank you, Susie. So according to Zero Hedge, more than 500 kiddo, thank you again. More than 550 commercial driving schools are going to close after failing safety checks. This is according to the Transportation Department. James, what do you make of it?
Well, the predicate of these paper mill type schools are U-turns on interstates that kill people, unqualified instructors and inadequate training, sham schools, just like I said, the paper mills. 109 of these schools voluntarily closed upon learning of the upcoming inspection. What it takes to be an instructor, all it takes by the law is you have to have a Class A commercial driver's license and you can be an instructor. That's all it takes. And these people didn't even have Class A driver's licenses.
Wow.
So that's just another way to take $5,000 to $10,000 per student out of their pocket to put them through a sham school. I mean, talk about robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Wow. Lace and Steele's here. Hey, Lace. Bobby's here as well. Good morning, everyone. Alex, what do you make of this whole thing?
Well, did all of these driving schools have daycares running in out of the back?
Exactly. And all of the fraud that's coming out here in California, there's so many people, there's citizen journalists that are going out and hunting down, shouldn't say hunting, looking up these different schools that are supposedly, Lace and Steele with the money gun. No, there is no stripper pole that I'm aware of, but thank you for the money gun, Lace and Steele. Very cool. So the fraud that's coming out of California now is mind-blowing, you guys, and it's just getting started, in my opinion. And with that, we have more exposure of the election interference. Wall Street Apes came out with a post saying that the U.S. Postal Service in Wisconsin collected and backdated over 100,000 ballots on the morning after the election. This is the 2020 election. 300,000 fraudulent ballots in Arizona. 548,000 fraudulent ballots in Michigan. 204,000 fraudulent ballots in Georgia. And 121,000 fraudulent ballots in Pennsylvania. Dave, there sure seems to be a hell of a lot of smoke. You think the fire's there?
Well, isn't it funny how they could find the receipts for that? I mean, I'm sure that's all documented in the post office. And after 24 hours, even 12, even the hour after, I think there's a standard a time that they can do it. But it's crazy that that would be allowed, and obviously it's coming to the surface. So happy to see that.
Exactly. Cognitive Dissonance said, what's the source again, Sam? It's Wall Street Apes over on X. Wall Street Apes. Hey, Crystal Zeski just made it. Hey, Crystal. Franny Dragonfly, thank you for all the hats and mustaches. Alex, what do you make of this Wall Street Apes article?
I seem to remember a time that if we even talked about the 2020 elections, there was a little banner across the bottom of our screen that said, election integrity, this really frustrates me. We're how many years now down the road? 6 years down the road, and accountability has yet to drop on somebody's head. I'm ready. Like, I'm more than ready. But we're seeing with the affidavit that was written based on what's going on in a red state like Georgia, we're seeing all of these reports. But again, I'm ready for heads to roll. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go, please,
Dave.
Mr. Trump, if you're listening, I'm ready.
Dave.
No, I agree. It all has to come. It all has to come out. I was seeing some. As of January 5th of this year, I was just looking it up. There is a new rule on what they can do for ballots and your taxes, and when it's time stamped. So I'll read more into that and get back with you guys. See what it says.
Got it. Wildlife fan, thank you for the dinosaur. Kiddo, thank you for the glowing jellyfish. That was so sweet. James, what do you make of this?
Well, I think it's just a really good indicator that the price of oil is going to go up and the price of chickens are going up because there's going to be a lot of tar and feathering going on.
Exactly. So David Morales over on YouTube said that Peter Mendelsohn was just arrested by London's Metro Police. Same accusations as Andrew Windsor, misconduct in public office. Holy smokes. Another domino about to fall? Excellent news as far as that. Thank you, David, for that. All right, moving on. Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying these are just.
I gotta go get some coffee.
That these are just our opinions. Nobody knows for sure, but I find it interesting that we have all of this information that Obama was talking about extraterrestrials or aliens, and then President Trump came out and said, "Oh, he shouldn't be talking about that." And there's an awful lot of awareness being brought to the space area, or it's space and NASA and what have you. Well, NASA's Artemis 2 mission, which will send 4 astronauts into orbit around the moon, has been delayed again and rescheduled to early April due to technical issues. NASA has been working on the Artemis 2 mission since 2019, at a cost of more than $50 billion. Now, whether you think we went to the moon or not is irrelevant at this point. The fact that we're funneling billions of dollars into NASA, I think, is the issue. That's the money laundering. What do you think, Alex?
I would say that yes. I think that there has been some nefarious moving of money when it comes to the National Space Agency, right? Now we have Space Force. We're in a different time, in a different era. Artemis is a massive rocket. This is not space shuttle era. This is not, solid rocket fuel boosters. There's very different technology. And I think with new technology comes new calculations, new ways to make things happen. The mathematics that goes into trajectory and getting somebody that far away with Earth's gravity, Moon's gravity, Sun's gravity, like it will boggle your mind, the math that these guys have to crunch to be able to do some things. So, is it, weather delays? Is it technical delays? What, at the end of the day, if they're delaying it because they found something that potentially put these guys in harm's way, there's multiple reasons that I think that this is being delayed, and it's okay, right? Like we'll get there.
Yeah, 100%. I agree, James.
NASA says they're observing interrupted flow of helium to the Space Launch System, the rocket's interim cryogenic propulsion stage. Environment conditions are skewed with this interruption of helium flow. Just so you know, NASA is the largest purchaser of helium in the world, and probably having some problems because they lost their lease out in New Mexico in the desert.
Yeah,
just saying.
Could be. Brian said it's going down. I'm yelling timber. Exactly. Franny Dragonfly has our back in the chat. She said for entertainment purposes only. Exactly, Franny. Thank you for doing that. John Langlois said orbit around the local moon with a question mark. John Langlois also said major money laundering, in my opinion. Yeah, I would agree 100%. Wendy, thank you so everybody who has joined as a super fan on TikTok, I want to thank you. I spend a lot of time curating the Daily Dispatch every day, and I've been doing it for years now. And when you spend $10 a month to support this channel, it just means the world to me. And I just want to thank you, Wendy, not only for being a super fan, but for saying it to everybody out there. I just want to thank you and everybody else that's a super fan. Thank you so much. Of course, Dave's got, what is that? Who is that in the pictures? I can't tell.
That's Alex and James. James doesn't have a helmet on.
Those pictures don't even look like us.
a little AI. Little AI.
Yeah, no kidding. And for all of you who don't know, we get videos and pictures from Dave on a regular basis on our private chat. The man has got AI down. I'm telling you, he's doing a great job.
You imagine me laughing on the other end is really fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So since we're on the subject, I just want everybody to do a search for something called a laser retroreflector. Okay, they were left on the surface of the moon, and what happens on the Earth is observatories shoot lasers to the reflectors, and that is how they know telemetry and distance and the things that are happening between the Earth and the moon. So if we've never been there, what are they bouncing those lasers off of to get their math?
Well, yeah, I'm not saying. I'm just saying there's questions to be asked. That's all I'm saying. Teresa Ann just became a super fan. Teresa Ann, thank you so much. It really means the world that you guys supporting me like that and supporting the guys. It's just wonderful. Thank you. James, what are your thoughts?
Well, you already got me on it, but Alex, in response to the laser, I mean, it could be a satellite that's not through the firmament. I mean, come on, I don't know.
No, look up laser retroreflector, James.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
But I will say this too, you guys. We've been lied to over and over again. Does it mean that it hasn't happened? I don't know. Does it mean that they have been historically lying to us? Absolutely. How it's going to shake out? I mean, with President Trump declassifying all of this information, I got to think it's going to be like the Epstein files again. You know, there's going to be hordes of information that's going to take time to go through. I don't know how it's going to play out and what the end result's going to be, but it's coming.
Ignition sequence.
Begin laser ignition!
What is that? Is that Dave? Oh, see, he goes off the camera so he can do it. We're on to you, Dave. We're so
It's
on to you.
laser. Fire the lasers. Fire the lasers.
Mum's the word said shiny moon dust. Interesting. Let's see here. We had Brian said bouncing off the firmament. Alex, come on, man. Okay, I knew this is going to start.
He said that.
I know.
It just reminded me of Austin Powers when he said the lasers. Check the lasers out.
So here's
I was
interesting. Charlie sent a super fan box one viewer can open. I don't know what that means. Do you guys know what that is? A super fan
He
box?
gifted.
Oh,
he
she gifted
somebody.
him. Oh, how sweet. Thank you, Charlie. That's so sweet of you.
So I think if people click on gifts, there is a box that they can click on, or it may be on their screen that they can click on that. Yeah, right up there, I think above Sam's head. For the next box will be available in 1 minute and 39 seconds. So all of the viewers, if you click on that box, it'll either say you got nothing or it'll say you got a sub.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Benji1959 said, we're all waiting for the big reveal. Well, and again, I have thought historically that that was going to be a catalyzing event, that there was going to be multiple events that revealed a lot of this. It kind of looks like now it's more of a process. Hey, Benji1959 just became a super fan. Nice. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it, man. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. Towie Bixby, thank you for all the club powers. You're so sweet. Earl Shannon said, lasers on the moon, laugh out loud. Quit spinning, Alex. We all, again, none of us know the truth, but I think it's important that we talk about these things. And I want to thank Dave, James, and Alex for always being so open to different viewpoints. I think that is imperative. Controversy breeds discussion, and that's what we need to have. And I think that's exactly what's happening. There's so much information coming out right now.
And
All
if
right.
we can't break the firmament, I need somebody to explain the probes on Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, Voyager 1, 15 billion miles away.
I don't have an answer for it. I'm just bringing up questions. I just don't know. Bobby said, how about that ship lasted that can take a missile down at 150 miles, 50 feet above the water? I'm not sure what that's about, Bobby, but maybe you can give me some more information in the chat.
Sounds like a tomahawk to me.
Oh, good. Is that what would that be a Tomahawk, James?
Hellfire can do it. Tomahawk can do it. Yeah, 150 miles. That's child's play.
Okay. Hey, Ferg just became a super fan. Thank you, Ferg. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. Native San Diegans here. Hey, Native. Bobby said laser, not Tomahawk. Yeah, well, we're talking about DEWs here too, directed energy weapons, and there's been more and more talk about that recently in the mainstream narrative. So is
Pretty
it
much any intercontinental ballistic missile can do that.
Oh, is it an ICBM?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, moving on. John Langlois said, have you been there? We personally can't know. I'm not taking their word for it. And I think that's a very good point. Hey, JP Metal Slayer, thank you.
When I win the lottery, I'm going.
Yeah, there we go. Can I go too, Alex?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
James, you're not invited.
Yeah, exactly. Benji1959 said,
I don't do drugs.
Yeah, exactly. Ben said, can they do that as fast as a laser? I'm not sure what you mean. Bobby said 15,000 feet below the curve. Okay, we're not going to get into the whole flat earth thing today. I mean, the space thing was enough for one show. I mean, my gosh, you guys. But again, there's a lot of questions. Dave Bouchard said, Alex would do wonderfully on Jeopardy with answering a question with a question. Excellent. Exactly. Brenda is here. Hey, Brenda said, I love the TikTok shop. Really, I do. I know a lot of us do. Pureblood Holly John said, "Can we get back to something we can prove, like aliens?" You had to do it, didn't you, Holly? You had to do it. Oh my gosh! And we are gonna have Holly on this week. I'm not sure what day yet, but she's gonna hopefully. And I think we're gonna be doing the a live broadcast for everybody on the State of the Union tomorrow. At least that's the plan at this point. So Holly, maybe you can join us for that if time permits. Deb S has got FYF in the chat. Thank you, Deb S. So Dave over at X22, as well as many other people, are talking about this crazy California government that we've got going on here. And he said that Governor Gavin Newsom has dispersed over $115 million in taxpayer funds to a group called the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights, which pays for protesters. That begs the question, what about the Soros team? Alex?
Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
How many times and how many ways do we have to find? And again, I'm so ready for accountability. The BS has got to stop. It's everywhere. It's not just California. It's across the country. It's in every county. It's everywhere. Will Soros foundations be held accountable? Will any of the paid protesters? I mean, we're all wearing our tinfoil hats because we say the protesters are paid. Well, they get their directives. They get their down to the finite instructions of what to wear, what to say, where to go to pick up their bricks, where to go to pick up their signs. How is it within a less than 12-hour period in multiple destinations across this vast country, 3,000 plus miles coast to coast, that every protest ends up holding the same frickin' sign? It doesn't make sense. And when do we get accountability? I'm on an accountability kick today. I'm ready.
You are, absolutely. Layson Steele, Devora, Teresa Faria, Steph is here. Thank you all for the gifts. JP Metal Slayer, you guys are wonderful. Thank you. James, what do you make of this thing with Newsom?
Well, it's no different than the 911 fund that, after how much money did he make? How about the railroad track that went to nowhere? California's been labeled a sanctuary state, resisting federal crackdowns, and has a complex budget pressure regarding immigrant health care funding. Newsom is a thief. He's misrepresented the people in the state of California and has costed the people more than 10 times what they should have had to pay for their living costs throughout his term in office. Hands down, he's a fucking thief.
Yeah, 100%, I agree. Dave?
Well, yeah, and it's all coming to light. Obviously, this is a whole nother way. They got multiple ways to feed each rat, and this is just another one that's found, another one to stop it. You know what I mean?
Right. As far as trying to determine what's real and what's not, I Speak 1717 said, are any of these guys on the screen that we're watching real? I've never met them in person. Oh, my God, the jig is up. I Speak, you got us. You cracking me up. Oh my goodness.
I met that one and I met that one, so yeah. You're the only one I haven't met, Sam.
Exactly. Interesting. XRP Mama said 600,000 plus sealed indictments. 100%. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. I Speak 1717 said, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, Alex. And I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. As we've talked about many times on this show, you can't just drop a frog into boiling water. You have to raise it quickly. Otherwise, it's going to die or jump out. So
the elephant's getting pretty freaking rancid. I'm tired of the bites. Sick at my stomach.
Exactly. Brian said, feisty James. I love it. Yeah, he is feisty, isn't he? Holy smokes. Okay, so James, we're going to come to you first on this one. The U.S. military announced that Air Force One will be painted in a red, white, and blue color scheme, with the updated look also applying to other jets that fly government officials. I think it's about time. James, what do you think?
Dave's got the picture right behind him is the new representative picture of the color scheme. The 747-8I, gifted from Qatar, is also known as the bridge aircraft. The VC-25B will sport the new look. And what's one thing that's interesting, the blue and white look that we have today is what we know as Air Force One was actually designed by Jackie Kennedy. she helped design the color scheme that we see today. For the
new
red,
one
white,
or
and
the
blue,
old one?
the old one.
Oh, okay.
The old one came, and Jackie Kennedy had a hand in designing that color scheme, which I thought was pretty wild. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, and
But
what
yeah,
other
the new
and what other country had those same colors? Exactly. Same country that
Well,
was
it's
controlling most of our politicians for years.
exactly. Well, I think the new color scheme sports a new look. It's refreshed, and red, white, and blue. That's what we're all about.
Yeah, and what is the new Air Force One? I just have a feeling is going to be. It's going to probably look more like an F-47 than it's going to look like Air Force One. Would be my guess. But we'll see.
Well, the one that we're gonna the VC-25s that were coming out that are being delayed and delayed and delayed. That's why we got the gift from Qatar, and that's called the Bridge Air Force One.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, did I get everybody on that one?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alex.
So the new paint scheme is red, white, blue, and gold.
Oh, and gold is also yellow, and in maritime flags represents the letter Q. Huh? Interesting.
Just throwing that out there.
I Speak 17 said, I love you, Alex. I know we're all just throwing our stuff around. Mama Bear said, okay, I can quit tapping. We're dancing, damn it. Exactly. Oh, I guess we did hit it. I haven't been looking. Oh my gosh, you guys are cracking me up. Okay, so big news. Title of the dispatch this morning. USA men's hockey team won the gold. And who did they win it against? Canada. On the 51st state, baby. Now, it was exactly 46 years to the day that the last time we won gold in hockey in the Olympics. Do you think it's by chance that it was 46 years to the day? Makes you wonder.
Should have been 47.
Well, 46. He was still there. 46, in my opinion. 45, 46, and 47. Maybe 48. James, what do you make of that?
Well, I actually watched that in 1980, and I was 15 years old. I watched that very night, and I can tell you who the goalie was. His name is Craig.
Oh, interesting.
He was the goalie that put the United States flag around himself, or they put it around him. That was a pretty emotional thing for the United States, and last night was the same thing.
Yeah. Alex, I'm not much of a hockey fan. What do you think about it?
It's great. We got another gold medal, and I know a lot of hockey fans out there that are celebrating and they're super excited. Hockey is not a sport that I have ever really followed closely. Been to a few games. It's fun, but
Yeah, Dave.
We beat the maple syrup right out of them.
Exactly, David.
And I believe that was Russia we beat, wasn't it, in 1980?
Mm-hmm.
It's the Russians, yeah. Well, I was 8, James, so I still remember it, though. I still remember. And I just wanted to say the new Olympic gold medals, what are they made out of? Anybody know?
Not gold.
Silver. At least 92.5% of pure silver, and it's plated with 6 grams of 24-karat gold.
Ooh, nice.
Yep, interesting. It typically weighs around 5 to 550 grams total between the gold and the silver, but it's just gold plated. Because you imagine how much that cost?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that'd be pretty expensive. But yeah, it was good. And did you see who was partying with the hockey?
Cash Patel, baby.
Cash Patel.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Lisa Maria said, "I'm a huge hockey fan." Pureblood Holly John said, "We're a hockey family, all up at 5 a.m. watching." Oh, that is so cool. Diva 53 said, "Hockey is a blast." Yeah, I don't have anything against it. I'm from LA. We don't have a whole bunch of ice rinks around here, so not much that I've ever really paid attention to. Kathleen Garcia put a whole bunch of US in the chat. Yeah, exactly, Kathleen. 100%, I agree. Dave Bouchard said Russia wasn't the gold medal game. It was the semifinal game to get to the gold medal game. Did I say it was the final game? No, I said Canada, didn't I?
I think we was talking about the last time we won gold.
1980.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay. So Pureblood Holly John said they'll all be at the State of the Union tomorrow. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, and I think it's both the men and the women, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Yep,
they're both
invited
good.
them
Yeah,
both.
good call, Holly. Yeah, 100%. You're right. Gen X Holds said, "I'm a hockey fan here too." Exactly. Yeah, I've been to many different Kings games, because I'm here in LA and I've been invited, and I don't understand the rules. I don't get it, but man, when those guys slam up against the plexiglass, and I was close enough to feel that, it's a big deal. I mean, they light it up. I'll tell you that, and they are one hell of athletes, no question in my mind. All right, everybody. So let's see. We are at 113,000 likes. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I want to give an honorable mention to Kiddo, Wildlife Fan, Layson Steele, Don the Third G, Wendy J, Fanny Dragonfly, Charlie, Steph is here, Howie Bixby, JP Metal Slayer, Wendy, Melissa Flinner, Kathleen Garcia, Pureblood Holly Johns, and the list goes on. Thank you all for the gifts. And thank you to everyone who joined as a super fan today. It means the world. Thank you so much. And Blue Flames 41 as well. Thank you, Blue Flames. All right, so we are going to turn off the feed over on Facebook and YouTube now. Everyone over there, have a great day, and we'll see you.